guys, Rivet here. Welcome back to another vlog. Got a little difference today. Hey, it's super icy out today. It is +3, but we had snow and a little bit of rain yesterday. So everything is super slick. So I'm going to be trying to pay as much attention to the ground around me as possible and try not to fall on my ass. We may record that and it'll probably stay in if I do. It's gonna hurt a lot. So I've got the lavalier still going today, but I also have a shotgun mic on the Osmo Action, which I'm really happy with the turnout on the video last time. That was the first test with it, and I have to say, very nice. Nicely done. Oh God, there's a lake. Okay. Oh, I love spring. Especially in February. I am not going to bitch and moan or complain about the fact that it's slippy and wet and anything out here. I'm ecstatic. The fact that it's not -20 this time of year, proof positive to me that going to be a good year. Better headspace. Let's just stick with that. So yeah, things have been going good. Sorry I didn't have a video out yesterday. My intention was to have one, but I had a friend reach out to me Friday night. Needed to talk. So I ended up spending the night, overnight, about 4 or 5 hours talking on the phone. So these are the things that happen. You know, when you have friends and you reach out and they need help, you're there for them. So especially in these times, you know, there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of being overwhelmed, and I get it. I have it myself, so I'm fully supportive of my friends that are in need of assistance. So allergies are at a plus this morning. And I took my pills. I took a little bit of a wait. It doesn't matter. It's always going to suck. So I just kind of have to resign myself to understand that my allergies are going to be a pain in the ass for a while. So I'm going to talk about the one thing that I really truly am passionate about right now. That's going to be the technology. I touched base on this in the Cube World episode the other day. And just as I pay more and more attention to what's going on, I have come to the determination more and more that the tech companies have no fucking clue right now. And I think it's part to do with the times, and also part to do with the fact that they're in untested waters themselves, and they're not handling it well, wanting to go to do the status quo in the midst of a raging pandemic that not only affected the population, the transportation lines, mining, everything. Like, the entire infrastructure that supports the semiconductor industry is up in turmoil. And the one thing that I have complained about for years, and that's finally looks like it may be addressed, is the fact that the majority of all of the chips being processed right now are coming out of TSMC. Global Foundries has some, Samsung has some, but the majority of the ones that people are clamoring for come from TSMC. So you have one manufacturer for the global chip market. You're going to run into fucking problems. Now you can wait. Pedestrians are the right of way, even people don't want to think it. So if you've got one manufacturer that's holding it, anything happens to that manufacturer, the entire industry is fucked. And there have been some issues, there have been some slowdowns, and there have been issues with getting the raw materials for a lot of these things. And that's caused an issue, a slowdown in essence. But the AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel you would think that they didn't know about that. So, almost. I'm thinking people I just saw had the right fucking idea walking on the street. I'll be doing that a little bit later. So, NVIDIA had the 3060 come out the other day. Oh, they got gamers in mind, they say. There's going to be inventory, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. It was fucking gone in seconds. Again. And they even fucked up the release because it was supposed to be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in North America. So there were people clamoring in the East Coast trying to find where they can get their cards, looking for them, not anywhere. And when they did hit the online retailers, they were gone instantly. Scalpers, bots, the whole shit. And so we're left again with, it was absolutely an underwhelming card. If you want my honest opinion on it. NVIDIA promised a MSRP of $329 US, and the MSRP, the actual price for a lot of the third-party ones was upwards of $600. Anywhere between $400 and change and $600. Which is, again, the industry catering to the fact that people are willing to pay almost anything for cards right now. And the same adage happens and holds true. If you don't buy this shit, the prices will go down. I mean, they're only feeding a market that's willing to pay for it. Even if it is a minority of the people that will be willing to pay, the people that they're willing to pay it. And a lot of that is, miners will pay anything at this point for the cards because they're making their return on their investment. People have been waiting for 6 months now for video cards, and they're just like, fuck it, I'm done waiting, I'm buying it. And it's just stupid. The whole industry is all topsy-turvy right now, and it sucks for the consumers, it sucks for gamers. The only ones benefiting from this right now are the businesses. I mean, they're the ones making it hand over fist. And I don't get... Well, I get why it's happening. I mean, I understand people are stupid. But it sucks. It sucks a lot that we're having to deal with this. And then in the midst of all of this as well, it seems that AMD is announcing their 6700 cards sometime in March here. I think it's March 3rd, I think was the date. Like I give a fuck. I have stopped caring at this stage. They don't have any product out. You can't find their video cards anywhere. You can't get their chips right now. You can't get an Xbox, you can't get a PlayStation, it's all gone. And the information coming out of, the estimates from the businesses about when this is going to come back into reality and when we're going to get stock prices stock and inventory levels back where they were. We're looking at the better part of a year from now. And that's just, I don't think that's even going to happen. Because one of the issues right now is that car manufacturers are running out of chips. They're waiting on them. And you've got all these companies that are vying for it. It's just, again, like I was saying earlier, the fact that you've got TSMC as the one company that's manufacturing chips, when demand is so high, it's going to cause these kind of problems. So we have to have more semiconductors. I mean, we've seen this in the past with memory manufacturing and how they were fixing prices to increase profit. But we need to have more global manufacturers. And then, to top that off, even if we do get it, a lot of the materials needed to manufacture these chips, they're not that easy to come by. A lot of them come from China. China's already talking about locking down export of those things, those resources, so that they can manufacture in China. So nationalism is coming back into all this shit again. And until we find an external source for a lot of these materials. Can we have less trucks today? Jesus Christ. What are you going to plow? Water? They're putting salt on the ground today, so I get that. But yeah, it's a bit of a shit show. And so yeah, I guess U.S. has announced a bid for opening up semiconductors in the United States, which is a step in the right direction, but that's not an immediate fix. You're looking at anywhere between 3 to 5 years for them to actually get up and running. And that's if they even get the processes at the point where TSMC has it. And it's there's a lot. Oh God. That was a lot of slipping. This is going to be shitty for a couple of days. I'm all for it, I think. Weather-wise, Monday night, we're supposed to go down to minus 15. Tuesday is going to be a cold day. Other than that, we are looking at above zero temperatures for the next 2 weeks. So a lot of this snow should be gone. And it looks like we're headed into spring in March. Now, mind you, was it in like a lamb out like a lion or something like that? Chances are highly likely that it's going to turn shitty again, but I'll take more good days in a row than more bad days in a row all the time. I am so tired today. Did my DJ set last night, just under 5 hours. Had some friends show up, had my sister show up, which was fun. Back in the 80s, I was living in Tampa, and my sister and her friends and I and all of us would go to the clubs. And we're all into alternative music. And there was a club in Tampa back in the day called the Masquerade. I used to work there, and I loved it. It was, when you're a weirdo, and in the 80s, I mean, we didn't have internet, we didn't have a lot of this stuff, so finding like-minded people was fairly difficult. And so if you were artistic, creative, and you liked the alternative scene, there were a couple of college radio stations that were kind of heh. But if you wanted to hear music and you wanted to go out and do anything, going to the nightclubs was your option. And the Masquerade was ours. So my sister, and we haven't really talked a whole lot over the course of the last few years. Family shit, right? So, but it was great having her show up, and kind of inspired me to play a set of music more akin to what we used to listen to back in the day. And it was a lot of fun for me. And, you know, she was like, I'm dancing my ass off. And it was good. It's nice to, we had that bond years ago over music. And to think that still exists today is really cool for me, you know. And she's going through a rough time. My niece had to have some surgery done recently. She's got a lot of health concerns, so my sister's stress level is just a little higher than normal. And so, you know, seeing her pop in, listening to some music, you know, doing the thing that a brother would do, so, you know, trying to make sure she has a good time. I had a great time, as I always do. Those DJ sets, even when I'm in a bad mood, even when I'm feeling like shit. What the fuck, people? This is great. Looking at me like I'm a three-headed fish because I got a camera and I'm talking into it. Anyway, the DJ sets, they are the best part of my week typically, let me turn this around again. They, like last night I was tired. Like I said, my friend had needed to talk. I spent a lot of my day yesterday just lounging and resting, relaxing, and not doing a whole hell of a lot of anything. And I talked to Armour before I started to DJ, going, maybe I'll just do like an hour or two. And I got into it, started bopping around, started dancing, listening to the music, and then the next thing I know, it's almost midnight, and 5 hours is gone. And I'm like, yeah, I need that. So, it's not for everybody, and I get that. My taste in music is, again, eclectic and weird. But I enjoy it. A lot of people that show up seem to enjoy it. For small doses sometimes, because I do have more than, almost went. I almost failed back there. So, yeah, so I do have different types of music that I listen to all the time, so I never know what inspiration I'm going to get from what I'm listening to. Or requests, they tend to derail you too. So, sometimes the sets are good. They're never boring, I will say that, but I enjoy it. But I'm next to the highway again. I know this is going to be god awful. I do want to thank everybody for keeping me inspired to do these things. It's a lot of fun. Between the DJing and the vlogging, I'm pretty set. Keeps my motivation going for the rest of the week. I want to do more of these. I want to do more with this than I am currently, which is why I got the gear I have. I can't wait to find out how the microphone works. We will find out. I had to take the muff off Fuzzy Cat because when you put it on, you can see it in the. And I was like, oh god, so I gotta get an extender to put that up higher. I got more crap on this fucking camera than I know what to do with. But gotta keep it easy, Rivet. God. Anyway, I will see you all next week on our next one. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.